There have been some controversy lately regarding CT scans and their uses to scan boosters and booster box in order to determine if the booster or the box contains some very juicy hits before you even open the box. Some users even on Twitter was making a giveaway for a Pokemon booster box from the first edition and had to specify that he didn't CT scan it. And there have been a lot of content creators that actually covered the subject, but me, I wanted to see if this was legit. So I bought a single PRB01 pack, which is supposedly the infamous God Pack. Let's open it. So of course, I paid a hefty price for this booster pack, but getting all the single manga rares just in one God Pack, and knowing that we most definitely not get this for the English version, is kind of worth it to me. So I'm very curious to see if this is as promised, if the technology is good enough that we can rely on it, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. So let's just cut this open. There we go. And of course, not gonna look at the cards beforehand because I don't want to spoil myself beforehand. I just want to see if this is really working. So here's to nothing. Oh, damn, nice. That's a very cool Shanks. Come on, look at that. Look at that Shanks. Oh, damn. So this is definitely something worth investigating. So we got Shanks. I'm gonna put them by orders. We have Ace here. Let's get a good close-up on this. We have Sogeking, which is crazy to me that we still don't know who Sogeking is. We know he's a friend of Usopp, but that's about everything we know from him. Very cool card. So we have, of course, Sabo for OPO4. Let's get a good close-up on this one. We have Trafalgar Law. So we're getting into OPO5 territory here with this one. We have Eustace, Captain Kidd. Very cool looking character as well. Next should be the infamous Gear 5 Luffy, Sun God Nika, call it what you will. Very cool cards. We have Zoro from OPO6, very cool manga alternate art, I should say. And we have, of course, Chopper from EB01. Very cool card as well. And we have Boa Hancock as the finisher for this pack. We have nothing else behind. That's sick. That's sick, man. God Pack is real. CT scanning is real. But these cards are not. These cards are obviously fake. Come on, I just opened a Japanese boosters and they're in English. These cards are fake from a very infamous website that I shall not name. You can pretty much find this very easily. And I have to say that I was curious to make a video about, like, when you see a product, determining if it's real or not. And I have to say that those two were from a different vendor. Those were like a set that I purchased, and so they are different in quality, and we'll get to that in a second. Before we get to that, if you have been successfully fooled by this setup that I made, and mind you, it was quite complicated because I had to open this booster from the back, as you can see. Like, I had to open it and reseal it correctly in order to be able to fake it. But if you have been fooled by this, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because we talk about the One Piece card game, we talk about everything that is legit and not legit, apparently. And I wanted to make a video as sort of a public service announcement on how to spot fake cards for the One Piece card game, because they exist. They do exist. People are making custom arts for alternate art leaders and alternate manga arts. So fake cards are a thing. So how do you spot them? Well, of course, in video, it's going to be quite complicated to show you, but I'm going to try my best. And so, mind you, like the Chopper and the Shanks that I just picked, they're from different vendors, so the quality is going to vary. But first, let's look at some key details. First off, like, I don't know if you can notice, but the Chopper is like ever so slightly bigger. The card is definitely like more, it has more width than the Shanks. So that's already like one key giveaway. The other with this Chopper is it's kind of reddish compared to a regular card. It has kind of a sort of pinkish hue to it. Not sure if this is picking it well. Also, the gold used for the inscription here at the bottom, it's like way off. Like this Shanks and this set right here does a better job at mimicking the original original font and color than this Tony Chopper does. You can see how yellow this is. Next, we're gonna have, again with the font, just look at the power notation on Chopper and Shanks. Like, you can clearly see a difference, and we're gonna do like a bit of a comparison. I have some cards lying around. So let's put Chopper back here. Let's put the Shanks against Luffy, which is a promo card that is a legit card. That is a legit promo card. You can see like the 10,000 is like a bit off. It varies in length, and the font that is used is not kind of the same. So that's sort of one of the giveaway that you can have. But I have to say, I was expecting these fake cards to not have any sort of like texture to them, but I'm gonna try to pick it up. Like you can see in Shanks' escape and on his face a bit. I'm just trying to like get the right angle so you can have it. It is like very subtle, but there is a texture to it, which is quite surprising to me, because I thought that they would be like sort of foiled flat, and they are actually not. So I mean this set right here, I'm very surprised of the quality. You can still sort of tell that they are fake, because a real alternate art for the game is gonna be more glossy, and these are a bit more matte. These two right here at the bottom, the Boa Hancock and the Chopper, are probably the worst offender of these fake, because you can, like, for one, they are bigger than the others, and so the card stock is different, and you can actually feel it when you have the cards in hand. But perhaps the most obvious way to tell a real card from a fake one is from the coloring on the back. That is gonna be a very dead giveaway of a fake card. And we're gonna do a bit of a test right now. So Chopper and Boa, I'm gonna put on the side. They are the worst, but these here, they are actually the best quality that I have as fake manga cards. And I have a friend that actually was lucky enough to pull a Sabo alternate art manga from OPO4. So I actually have this very real manga Sabo from OPO4, and I'm gonna do a very good close-up of it. And you can see like instantly the shine on the black of the cards and the flame and in Sabo's coat, they are more pronounced than the other one. Here you can see also the texture in the face here above. It's definitely much more pronounced than for these fake, and we have a fake Sabo right here. So let's try and look at the difference. And quite frankly, straight off the bat, if you don't know, you cannot really tell. So I'm gonna put them like here. I was talking to you guys about the font and the color. You can see that the Sabo right here is much more yellow, but not as offending yellow as this Tony Chopper. So let's compare all the font and color. So you can definitely see the Tony Chopper here. The font is way too yellow, and the font for the fake Sabo cards is a bit more washed. And the black, I don't know if this is gonna be picked up well by the camera, but you can see that the black from the real Manga Sabo is way more glossy than the one from the fake. The texture, though, I have to hand it to them. It's pretty well made, but it's definitely less glossy than the real one. Now, if I were to put this, these two Sabos side by side after having shuffling them, if you do not have them really in your face, right across from you, you wouldn't really be able to tell. Like pretty much in this video, you wouldn't be able to tell which one is real, which one is fake. I can because I have them in hand. And there is one other thing that you can look out in order to spot a fake, and that is through the colors back. Because as you can see, like you can already tell even at this distance from the camera that those two are different in color. Now, I'm going to do some editing magic here, mixing them and all that kind of stuff, swoosh them around a bit and just put them back here on the mat. Are you able to tell the difference between the two cards at this distance? I think I'm looking at my monitor to see kind of what you guys are looking at, and I can tell from looking at the video that it is possible to spot the difference in color from these two cards. So let's take a close-up to both backs. So you can see this blue right here pops way more than this one, but the gold center compass is more washed. And that is a clear sign of a card that is different than the one that you originally have. And if we take one other card that we know for a fact is true and we compare both cards to that one, you can see pretty easily which one is gonna match. So that is actually a good method in order to see which cards are fake and which ones are not. Now, this is still very difficult because for Chopper you will have no trouble, and the cardstock, I mean, the back doesn't feel good as well. It feels like kind of plasticky, and you can even see that it's even a different shade. Like this is a legit card. This is the Gear 5 Promo Luffy. This is the Tony Chopper. You can tell the difference. And if I'm taking like Zoro here and I'm putting this again in the lineup, you can see there are 3 different shades of blue and 3 different shades of yellow. So that Chopper definitely fake. You can see it when you pick it because it's even more plasticky. Now there is actually one last card that I ordered, and this one is even more of an offender to the trading card game because the back, you can see how glossy it is. Let's look at the real back here, the real stock. It's not as glossy. It's not supposed to be like this shiny, but I was interested to see if they would nail this card specifically because it is so special that it has crazy effect on it, so I was curious to see how far they could go. But I'm very disappointed in this. It still has a cool design, but I mean, that's not important. The effects are very amiss with this one, and this is actually the PSA Monkey D. Luffy leader. So you can see they managed to copy some of the effects, but where I was telling you guys that the fakes here are less glossy than the original, this one is too much. Like when you look at these cards, there's like, it feels almost like the entire coat here is a gloss, and then they sort of applied a bit of effect to get the sort of rainbow in the back. Otherwise, they kind of are good. They're kind of well made. This one, compared to the chopper, it's right in the width of the cards, but the chopper one is really like, it's the most horrendous one of the bunch. Like, I'm gonna again try my best so you can see, like, you can see how it's like way over the edge on the other side. It's like, it's not a good fake. These one are though. And mind you, I had a second booster from PRB01, so might as well open it. I just ordered one more in case I screwed up the first one, but yeah, still nailed it. So let's look at what we got. So you still get an opening. That's kind of cool, I think. Let's see what we get. Oh, of course, also the first PRB booster that I opened, the one where I put all these things, I had the upper yard alternate art, as well as the Pirate Fall Yonji. So that's very cool. Here we have the low done, and we know those are basically a bunch of reprints. Oh, upper yards. We have Reiju, Raizo, Inuarashi in the pirate foil. You can see the foil right here on the cards. We have, I never know this, Niji, that's Niji. We have Eustace Kid, and we have Marco pirate foil as well. Pretty cool. But anyway, guys, I hope this video entertained you and you learned actually something from it. Lucky for us, we did have the chance of having a legit manga sabo to compare, but I kind of been mixing them left and right during this video, so I'm not sure which one's which. Can you guys help me in the comments? Like, is it the left or is it the right? Help me, or else my buddy's gonna kill me.